Oh, very, very, very good evening to everyone who's joined us here for this particular live session. We've got an incredibly happy, smiling panel here of guests here. Of course, Siddharth is returning. Siddharth, you seem to be a very, very lucky person for us. जब भी आपको बुलाते हैं, it's invariably with some fantastic performances on the back of it. So be rest assured, England की सीरीज में जरूर बुलाएंगे आपको. Because of the confidence the TSG team in itself is taking into the series. Forget the Indian team. We're very happy about that.
के टाइम पे भी बुलाया था, thankfully. सबसे good luck charm चल रहा है.
Yeah. And of course, Rohan and Atul and Pratmesh there as well. Also, that we've got Venugopal in the comments as well.
Nice.
He's saying hello, Sid. Great to see you.
Hey, Venu. Hey, hope you're good.
Yeah, and his and Subhajit's interactions throughout the lives yesterday and during the Australian Test matches were quite legendary. So I would hope that he's all ready and pumped for this contribution. तो मैं कहाँ से start करूँ यार? Rohan, I'll start with you. Since you have borne the brunt of our over the top optimism का जो हम लोग मजाक उड़ाते थे. Look at the smile. Like तुम लोग doubt किए थे ना मेरे को. और भाई कैसा लग रहा है आज? I saw the video you threw back on क्या बोलते हैं Insta, the one about the Indian fans.
Yeah.
कैसा लग रहा है? Another point just to reiterate what Venugopal's feeling. He's like, I'm speechless and I'm sleepless. Venugopal, you're not alone. You're not alone. हम लोग अभी बात कर रहे थे कि highlights देखेंगे. And between the five of us, हम लोगों ने highlights 500 बार देख ली होंगी कम से कम. But still, for the 501st time, we will watch the highlights. So Rohan, your reaction to the match?
I think Venugopal, summed it up correctly. Like, I'm speechless and sleepless. But although I was optimistic about it, but to be true, like deep down the line, like deep down the heart, अगर मैं हाथ पे हाथ रख के बोलूं, तो नहीं लग रहा था कहीं से कहीं तक. Like मैं सुबह actually मतलब मैं जितना भी बोलूं कि बारिश से तो खराब हो जाएगा, not a good end to the series, but चाह रहा था कि बारिश आ जाए. मतलब I don't mind, मतलब it's fine, मतलब क्या हो जाएगा. तो वो उसके
पता है जब
फोरकास्ट बदल गया.
3 विकेट बचे थे ना, मुझे वो माइकल क्लार्क का ओवर याद आ रहा था यार, सिडनी 2008 वाला. मतलब मेरा दिमाग वहां से निकल ही नहीं पा रहा था. एंड आई डोंट नो. सो या एंड तीन का तिगड़ा में देखिए वेणुगोपाल के लिए भी इट वाज 3 AM when the game ended. So there was something with the factor of 3 that was going on. I mean, amazing commitment, Venugopal. I mean, this is amazing. But yeah, so carry on.
As fans, I think we never felt comfortable. Like we never felt confident. It's done. Now तो पक्का we are going for it. एक तो last 1 घंटे से पहले तक तो हमें पता ही नहीं था कि इंडिया का प्लान क्या है. Are they actually going for the win or they want to draw the match? रहाणे आके एकदम से aggressive मोड में आता है. Because रहाणे से पहले पंत आता तो हमें पक्का कंफर्म हो जाता है कि now India have a plan to go for a win. पर रहाणे आके पंत की टाइप से खेल रहा है. So again, not easy for us fans because पंत आउट हो जाता तो we had रहाणे after him. तो हमें पता था रहाणे से कर देता. रहाणे आके आउट हो रहा है पंत की तरह and then पंत आके समझदारी से खेल रहा है and then थोड़ी सी नासमझी भी बीच में. But overall, I think roller coaster था throughout the day. बहुत मुश्किल था to balance between work and watching cricket. But somehow eventually I think all that ends well and this is a day I think like चला गया दिमाग में कि हाँ this will be a day like a day that we can tell our grandchildren about कि ऐसे हम लोगों ने ये मैच देखा था, हम ये कर रहे थे, and that's how India created history in Australia. So amazing victory.
You might just send the link, Rohan, to your grandchildren of the YouTube video if that's possible. Somewhere down the line.
Yeah, but by that time this video will have 1 million views. So
yeah.
Wow, I love the optimism. मतलब काफी एकदम
optimism spreading all around.
छाती ठोक के खुशी. So I mean, I don't know where to start. I think Venugopal Siddharth sums it up very, very well for us. Speechless तो है ही यार, मतलब because the thing is कि Harsha Bhogle was mentioning this while he was commentating. He was mentioning ki, this young brigade, they don't know fear, or at least their approach to the game isn't what a regular approach to the game is. वो जो ऋषभ पंत ने रैंप शॉट या लैप शॉट जो आप कहेंगे उसे वो मारा था गिर के नेथन लायन की बॉल पे, और फिर वो 10 से 6 लाने के लिए जो बाउंड्री मारी थी, which he was flat on the ground, he was doing his best Rohan Kanai impressions that he could, falling on the ground and getting the ball to the boundary.
Yeah.
So all of that, I mean, even for that matter, he went for a 6 जो 5 run चाहिए थे. I was fuming. Me and my father were literally shouting at the television, भाई मत कर, तू out हो गया तो कुछ नहीं. And literally उसके ये करने के बाद अगली या उसकी अगली से अगली बॉल पे शार्दुल आउट हो जाता है. तो ड्रामा एकदम लास्ट मोमेंट तक था. Imagine Siddharth, a series so tightly and closely fought ends 3 overs before it was supposed to end. Just sum it up for me, man. I mean, like, I know 2001 is close to our hearts. I know 83.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us on the panel were alive for 83 or 85. But, we've seen ample videos around it, read enough about it. And, of course, 2011, 2007, and 2013, for that matter. All of them very close to our hearts. But this is just different, isn't it? This is different.
Absolutely. See, before I just share my views on this, तो इससे पहले मैं आप लोगों को ना एक बहुत अच्छी स्टोरी बताता हूँ. तो आज ये था, I think just to get to that point of Venugopal की sleepless, it's been I think almost 35 or 36 hours now, and I have slept only for 2 hours. तो मैं ऑलमोस्ट जागा हुआ हूँ, एंड आई एम श्योर ये बहुत सारे हम जैसे जितने भी फैंस हैं या जर्नलिस्ट हैं या जो भी लोग काम करते हैं इस फील्ड में, उनके साथ भी कहीं ना कहीं ऐसी सिचुएशन रही होगी. सो व्हाट हैपेंड इज कि जब मैंने सुबह 5 बजे से मैच देखना स्टार्ट किया था, तो एक चीज ना कहीं जो हम क्रिकेटर्स के साथ भी देखते हैं कि कुछ सुपरस्टिशंस होते हैं कि लेफ्ट पैड कोई पहले पहनता है, राइट कोई पहले पहनता है, या फिर किसी को कड़ा पहनना होता है, या कोई भी चीज होती है. आज मेरे साथ एग्जैक्टली वही चीज थी. मैं बता रहा हूं, मैं आज एक जगह पे कॉन्स्टेंटली टिक के बैठा हुआ था. जब ब्रेक हुआ तो उसमें ऑब्वियसली मेरी थोड़ी सी मूवमेंट हुई थी, लेकिन आज कुछ चीजें बिल्कुल उसी जगह पे थी. जो सुबह 5 बजे जैसे थी वो दोपहर को 2 बजे तक बिल्कुल वैसे ही रहा था. आज कमरे की बत्ती बन रही थी. समटाइम्स देयर वाज दिस, मैं कभी जो मैच था वो फोन पे देख रहा था, नहीं तो मैं कभी टीवी पे देख रहा था. और किसी भी तरीके की कोई भी कमरे में कोई मूवमेंट थी ना, वो बिल्कुल अलाउड नहीं थी. अगर तकिया एक जगह पे पड़ा हुआ है तो वहीं पड़ा हुआ है, तो कोई बीच में बोलेगा भी नहीं. तो मैं इतना, पता है क्या होता है कि ना, जब आप उस जोन में होते हो ना, कि जब आपके 2 बैट्समैन हैं वो इतना अच्छा खेल रहे हैं, सब कुछ अच्छा जा रहा है, दिस थिंग कि तुम कुछ भी इधर उधर नहीं कर सकते. ना तुम उठ के जा सकते हो, ना तुम किसी भी तरीके की कोई मूवमेंट है या कुछ भी है ना, तो तुम वो मतलब कहीं ना कहीं अलाउ कर सकते हो कि ऐसा कुछ हो. बट ठीक है, आई थिंक गेटिंग टू दैट समरी पॉइंट, आई थिंक यस, बिकॉज जिस तरीके से इंडिया के जितने भी प्लेयर्स इस पूरी सीरीज में इंजर्ड हुए, या फिर जैसे विराट कोहली अपना पैटर्निटी लीव के लिए जब वो वापस घर गए, आई थिंक उसके बाद इस लास्ट मैच पे आना, जिसमें आपके सारे बॉलर्स थे जिन्होंने आई थिंक आज से पहले एक टेस्ट भी नहीं खेला था ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, उसको आके उन्होंने उस मैच में आके उन्होंने 20 विकेट्स लिए, और उसके बाद कहीं ना कहीं बैट्समैन ने बहुत अच्छे से बैकअप करा उनको बहुत ज्यादा सपोर्ट किया. आई थिंक नथिंग टू आस्क फॉर, बिकॉज इससे ज्यादा मतलब आप और क्या ही एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो. बिकॉज यंगस्टर्स के साथ एक जो चीज सबसे ज्यादा बेनिफिट रहा है ना पिछले कुछ टाइम में, वो कहीं ना कहीं ये है कि इंडिया ए का जो स्पेसिफिकली स्क्वाड्स रहे हैं डिफरेंट में, आई थिंक उसमें इन्होंने जहां भी टूर करा है, चाहे उन्होंने न्यूजीलैंड गए हैं या ऑस्ट्रेलिया गए हैं, ये प्लेयर्स वहीं के ही निकल के आए हैं. एंड यही पे मैं कहीं ना कहीं कहता हूं कि साइलेंट, हम चाहे जितना मर्जी यहाँ पे क्रेडिट हम अजिंक्य रहाणे या विराट कोहली को दे दे, people are actually saying that it's Virat Kohli's era, but it was Ajinkya Rahane's moment in this series. But yes, I think at the very same time, we all exactly as fans and everyone who is working or a part of the sports industry, we should actually silently thank Rahul Dravid.
We have to.
He's actually the one who is responsible for the resurgence, or let's say the upbringing of all these people, because कहीं ना कहीं जो कोचिंग होती है ना, वो अंडर 17, अंडर 18 या अंडर 19 के लेवल पे ही होती है. बिकॉज जब आप प्रोफेशनल लेवल पे आते हो तो वहां पे गेम की फाइन ट्यूनिंग आपकी ज्यादा होती है. आप यहाँ पे सीख सकते हो, यहाँ पे सिखा सकते हो. जैसे कि 2018 अंडर 19 वर्ल्ड कप में मैंने उस टाइम पे ना अभिषेक शर्मा एक इंडिया के वो प्लेयर थे जब इंडिया ने न्यूजीलैंड में जो वर्ल्ड कप जीता था, तो मैंने उनसे मैंने वहां पे उनके लिए स्टोरी करी थी. उस टाइम पे मैं एक एजेंसी के लिए काम करता था. तो जब मैं उनसे बात करता था ना, तो जब उनसे बात करी तो उन्होंने मेरे को बताया था कि राहुल द्रविड़ क्या करते थे, किस तरीके का टीम में एटमॉस्फेयर रखते थे। जब आईपीएल ऑक्शन की उस टाइम, जब जिस टाइम पे इंडिया ने वर्ल्ड कप जीता था, उस टाइम पे आईपीएल ऑक्शन भी होना था, मेगा ऑक्शन हुआ था उस दिन, 2 दिन का था। तो बताया कि कैसे कैसे वो प्लेयर्स को पूरा बैलेंस रखते थे, कहते थे कि अभी के लिए क्या ज्यादा जरूरी है, क्या है क्या नहीं है। तो कोचिंग कहीं ना उन सब लेवल पे होती है, माइंड के लेवल पे भी और गेम के लेवल पे भी। और जिस तरीके से आई थिंक जो ये आज इंडिया का हुआ है ना, वो जिस तरीके से वो ये सीरीज जीते हैं, कंसेक्यूटिव सीरीज विंस इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया, ये कोई एक्चुअली में बच्चों का खेल नहीं है। बिकॉज यहाँ पे एज अ सेड इन माय अर्लियर शो ऑल्सो कि 2018 में बहुत सारे लोगों ने ये बात करी थी कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया फुल स्ट्रेंथ नहीं था, और मे बी ऑस्ट्रेलिया के जो स्मिथ नहीं थे, वार्नर नहीं थे, और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के जो बॉलर्स थे, उन्होंने भी मतलब कहीं ना कहीं उतना अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं करा था। बिकॉज चेतेश्वर पुजारा उस टाइम पे भी रॉक बन के वहीं पे इंडिया के लिए खड़े हुए थे नंबर 3 पे। यहीं पे अगर मैं इस सीरीज में देखूं ना, पुजारा ने फिर भी वही किया, ही हैज फेस्ड द मोस्ट नंबर ऑफ बॉल्स इन दिस सीरीज, चाहे वो रन मार पाए या नहीं मार पाए। लेकिन आज आई थिंक उनकी जो इनिंग्स थी, उससे कहीं ना कहीं ये बात प्रूव हो गया कि जो भी थोड़े से भी डाउट्स है ना पुजारा के रिगार्डिंग कि वो फास्ट नहीं खेलते, या उनको थोड़ा सा चौके ज्यादा मारने चाहिए, या बाउंड्रीज में उनको ज्यादा ही डील करना चाहिए सिक्सेस में, आई थिंक दैट शुड बी पुट टू रेस्ट। बिकॉज आज हमको समझ में आ गया है कि अगर इफ ही कैन होल्ड वन एंड, तो उसके बाद जो साथ में कोई या तो कोई यंगस्टर बैटिंग कर रहा है, या फिर अगर विराट कोहली या अजिंक्य रहाणे जैसे बैट्समैन भी अगर है जो मतलब चौके छक्के मारने मतलब आराम से वो मार सकते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं T20 के भी वो अच्छे प्लेयर रहे हैं, तो वो कर सकते हैं अपना गेम। सो ओवरऑल टू सम अप, आई थिंक इट्स नॉट सरप्राइजिंग, बिकॉज मेरे को शुरुआत से इस टेस्ट सीरीज से पहले प्रेडिक्शन बस मेरी एक ये थी दैट द सीरीज विल बी ड्रॉन एंड इंडिया विल रिटेन द बॉर्डर गवास्कर ट्रॉफी। सेकेंड चीज पूरी हुई, लेकिन ड्रॉ से ऊपर जो एक अच्छा रिजल्ट आया, आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं वो इसमें सारा का सारा जो मैं श्रेय दूंगा वो अपने यंगस्टर्स को ही दूंगा। एंड ऑफ कोर्स टीम मैनेजमेंट भी सबको, उनको भी जाता है ये, रवि शास्त्री एन इंस्पिरेशनल लीडर, बट अबव ऑल अजिंक्य रहाणे, व्हाट अ कैप्टन, व्हाट अ लीडर, कूल काम कंपोज, लेकिन अंदर से बहुत एग्रेसिव फील्ड सेटिंग्स, एंड क्या ही बोले। और
I think you summed it up beautifully, right, Kushagra? Like, I remember around 7:30 when my dogs came from the walk, and after that, when my Labrador was sitting next to me, I made sure match khatam hone ke baad she was sitting next to me. That was the entire scenario of the 4 hours or what, I think more than 4 hours, 5 hours, 5.5 hours. I made sure कि वो मेरे बाजू में ही है. I am sitting there. I sat at the position which she likes to sit, like the position on the sofa, and she wasn't taking any of it. But I told her आज के दिन adjust कर ले, मैं आज यही बैठने वाला हूँ because यहाँ पे wicket जा नहीं रही है. Even she slept right beside me to try to make sure कि जब मैं उठूंगा वो position मेरी हो जाएगी. So
right.
it was that level, that minute level of I think superstition for everyone. And I'm pretty sure that everyone got through it. Like, my legs were crossed right over the left, and they were in that very same manner until the last ball was bowled. So it's incredible how we talk about superstitions in many other terms, but when it comes to sport, we ourselves have our own superstitions, which probably which says how much sport means to us. And again, test cricket ke liye this was a brilliant word. I've been saying it since the very first test match. I felt we all say how India have done really, really well to come up from 36. I think in that match, it was a credit to the Australian bowlers. They showed how to get a team all out at 36. And after that, what we have shown has been incredible. I mean, there's no words for that. It was probably the worst nightmare come true for Tim Payne. And unfortunately, guys, यार उसके किसी दूसरे टीम पेन के अकाउंट को पब्लिक ने इंस्टाग्राम पे गाली गलौज कर दिया. And he had to release a statement saying, I am not the Australian captain, Tim Payne. This is the other guy. Target him.
Don't do that, guys. ये क्या तरीका है? Come on, guys, behave.
Like gali galaj, so I wouldn't really espouse to that. Banter, I would absolutely have it, because those guys don't hold back on the banter. Just don't cross lines when you're bantering people. That's the only thing. And always remember, guys, उंगली अगर आप एक डालते तो तीन या चार जो भी कह लीजिए आपकी तरफ होती हैं, तो सिचुएशन पलटते समय नहीं लगता. This is sport, this is life. You have your ups and downs. So be careful before you speak. So another Siddharth, another person who had a prediction of a drawn series. our MVP sitting right here, Mr. Maurya, आपको कितनी खुशी है कि तू गलत था?
प्रेडिक्ट किया था ड्रॉ से, लेकिन फिर एंड तक सर्कमस्टेंसेस ऐसे आ गए कि लॉस प्रेडिक्ट करनी पड़ी थी 4 टेस्ट के लिए, ठीक है? एंड फिर
reverse psychology. I know, bro. I know. Reverse psychology. I know. I was with you.
Before that, I think Gabba में ऑस्ट्रेलिया का फोर्ट्रेस खत्म हुआ है, वैसे ही अतुल का प्रेडिक्शन का फोर्ट्रेस जो चल रहा था वो भी गाबा में खत्म हुआ है.
Isn't that the best way to like end that fortress, to be honest?
Exactly.
Both at the Gabba and here as well. So I think, अरे पता है, to be honest, to put it fair and square, एकदम देसी तरीके से देखो, मन तो वही था ना कि जीतना है देश को, ठीक है? बस प्रैक्टिकलिटी में बात कर दी थी कि
मन भावे मुंड हिलावे.
बट टू बी ऑनेस्ट काफी मजा आया. जैसे कि अब दो लोग सुपरस्टिशन की बात कर रहे हैं. आई हैड माय ब्रेकफास्ट, अर्ली ब्रेकफास्ट, post breakfast, early lunch, brunch, everything. I was roaming here and there because once Pan started hitting them, I was like, okay, they're going for the kill. So it's either this way or that way. At that point, वो draw वाली चीज मेरे दिमाग से चली ही गई थी. And at one point again it felt like कि maybe draw हो जाएगा, but then Washington सुंदर made sure कि नहीं हो रहा. कमिंस को इतनी फ्री हैंडेड तरीके से कौन सिक्स मारता है यार? रोहित शर्मा ट्राइड एंड गॉट कॉट एट बाय मिचेल स्टार्क, एंड this Washington Sundar on the other hand, he's like, if you might have noticed,
दो लोग छक्का मारता है, कमिंस को फ्लिक छक्का मारता है, मतलब क्या आदमी है ये?
You know, Washington Sundar almost did that semi Nataraj pose when he did that. And I was like, he's like there standing there कि हाँ फोटोग्राफर भी रेडी रहो ब्रो, सब मेरा, आज सब कुछ मेरा है. if he would have that opportunity, वो पंत को भी कहता है कि bro, let me handle this, I'll get done with the game. So that was the emotion.
He was so disappointed to get out. उसको डर लग रहा होगा पापा की डांट से.
Did you see him near the line, the boundary line, when he was going and everyone was clapping for him, and he couldn't see the other people in the eye because that's how much responsibility he felt that I had that responsibility to take the team home, but he wasn't able to do that. So that just shows ki okay, people who are 21 in the team, they know that they are so important for the team at this moment. So that's pretty brilliant.
Before the Sundar wicket, if you observe, पंत ने उसको कुछ इशारा किया था कि
आराम से.
हाँ, so like
भाई रिवर्स स्वीप आने तो लगे.
हाँ, obviously
exactly.
उसने कहा कि पंत भी ऐसे ही कोई शॉट मारेगा तो मैं ही मार देता हूँ.
And you know, even Shardul went for the glory shot, but he did get out. But
Shardul also like मैं चक्का मारूंगा.
I give him every credit to go for the glory shot. I mean, in the first inning, he was fantastic, and if he would have ended the game in style, that would have been brilliant again. But obviously, Rishabh Pant was the anchor in the last test and in this test as well. You know, kudos to Shubman at the top, and then Cheteshwar Pujara. You know, I don't really need to thank Cheteshwar. It's like he's in my thoughts every time I talk about the test match. Yeah. So apart from that, Rahane playing that short but sweet inning, and post that.
But I think it is very vital for Rahane to play in that manner because it told the team कि हम क्या करने क्या जा रहे थे. We were not going to sit there and defend. Rahane ने 24 रन ही बनाए, but he scored them at a very quick clip.
Yeah, like Rahane के
24 of 22.
Yeah. Okay, the captain is here to make a statement. Like we always say, Kohli comes and makes a statement. Rahane came there, made a statement, went off, and then आके सब लोग statement ही देने आए थे उसके बाद. Like I think that was a moment when we as fans also felt कि okay, I think India might just go for the win.
You know, एक क्रेडिट थोड़ा सा मयंक अग्रवाल को भी, मतलब जो what I felt was कि he helped पंत to see the new ball at that very moment through. इतना रन नहीं बनाया मयंक ने, ठीक है, कम ही बॉल खेली, but you know there's that phase जब एकदम new ball आता है and Cummins was just charging in at that point of time. So उसको थोड़ा see through करना है, and फिर उसके बाद फिर पंत को confidence भी आ गया. So I think that was brilliant, and I think अच्छा था ओवरऑल. अब इसको इससे ज्यादा तो मैं एक्सप्लेन कर भी नहीं सकता एट दिस वेरी पॉइंट. सुबह दिन में इतना हल्ला कर लिया हम लोग ने मिलके. सो
So before I come back to you, Siddharth, and of course Rohan and Pratmesh themselves as well, I'll take a few comments, guys, because we've been live for about 20
The
minutes.
comments have started at 9:39. It's 20 minutes
so
before.
fantastic, and a massive kudos to Mahi, who was the first early bird in the comment section. Mahi says, "Hayden to Langer, what do you take from this series? Langer, never underestimate Indians." He said 1.5 billion Indians. Mr. Langer, will take a little bit of time to reach 1.5 billion, but thank you for the good wishes. Yeah.
Kushagra. It should be Hayden to Langer. How do you again feel being the second fiddle around this time? Hayden should have asked that.
I think the team management and everything else is. I think they've done. They're going to have faced the music anyway in Australia. The post-mortem of the series is going to make sure that some heads do roll in that team management, or maybe even the team captaincy for that matter. I'm not entirely convinced that Pat Cummins should be the new captain for Australia, because I think he already उस बंदे पे इतना burden है. I think he is the most consistent bowler that they have across all conditions, all formats. And अब उसको captaincy भी पकड़ा देंगे, तो I don't know. Maybe they look at Smith again. I don't know what happens there. Mahi continues.
Manas could be a good candidate because Manas Labuschagne, I think he is young and
थोड़ा ज़्यादा young नहीं होगा
Siddharth. Absolutely,
Siddharth.
and I think that is the advantage here because आपको long term के हिसाब से देखना है, and कहीं ना कहीं Manas Labuschagne is doing very well in tests and even in ODIs, he has started to make his mark. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि उस हिसाब से कहीं ना कहीं एक अच्छा ऑप्शन होगा. Obviously, Aaron Finch is doing well in the white ball format. So he might have to, probably, let's say, if he is appointed the captain of test team, then he probably, might have to wait for the 2023 World Cup to get over. Yeah. Absolutely.
Siddharth, just a thought on this. Do you really want another captain who will be standing near the batsman and chirping the shit out and then the team losing this way?
I think, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के केस में obviously, अगर देखा जाए तो अभी स्मिथ को ना एज अ कैप्टन रखना आई एम नॉट सो श्योर कि वो कहीं ना कहीं कितना अभी मैनेजमेंट एंड इवन क्रिकेट ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी तैयार है, क्योंकि अभी एक प्रोसेस है, जैसे कि उन्होंने बोला था कि धीरे धीरे ही उनको उसमें प्रोग्रेस करेंगे, प्रॉब्ली कंसिडर कर सकते हैं. तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि अगर पैट कमिंस के ऊपर इतना ज्यादा लोड होगा, क्योंकि उनको तीनों फॉर्मेट्स पे खेलने हैं, देन ही इज आल्सो प्लेइंग द आईपीएल, लेट्स नॉट फॉरगेट अबाउट दैट. तो आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा तो उस पर लोड कम करने के लिए मार्नस लबुशेन could be a pretty decent choice. But one thing that I've always told one of my friends, one of my school friends, Pranjal, that we both actually feel that there is this one captain that Australia will probably never have, and that's David Warner. What a captain!
उसको तो life ban मिला हुआ है ना?
Yeah, that's why. But yeah, absolutely. But I think from a personal point of view, I really like David Warner's captaincy, and something that he's done really well for Sunrisers Hyderabad, and even in some of the limited numbers of T20s and ODIs for Australia also. So yeah, I think probably like Shane Warne, he's also going to go down as the captain that Australia never had.
But again, I am not going to spark any debate here. It's just I wanted to make a funny comparison. It's yet another opener who never gets to be a captain of his country. It's okay.
No, but Alistair Cook did captain England.
Graham Smith captain South Africa forever, man.
We all know who I'm talking about.
Even Fleming captain New Zealand forever.
We all know who I'm talking about. So yeah.
Let's go to the
we know who you're talking about. But I would just say, right now there's no discussion. I would
no discussion. Just a funny comment. Yeah, that's
but still not right now. But towards maybe the end of the live session, I'd like comments on. Dekho, I just don't understand one concept of fans. Like I probably am guilty as much as anyone else. यार किसी की तारीफ करने के लिए किसी को उतारना नहीं होता.
Exactly.
That is what my understanding of cricket, live sport, whatever limited understanding I may have is कि यार एक बंदे की तारीफ करना दूसरे बंदे को जूते मारने की.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately हम लोग का यही एटीट्यूड है कि अगर रहाणे की कैप्टनसी में जीत गए तो मतलब विराट शुड बी SHIT. अगर विराट की कैप्टनसी में जीत गए तो रोहित इज SHIT. रोहित की कैप्टनसी में जीत गए तो विराट और रहाणे यार SHIT. ऐसे थोड़ा ना चलता है यार. वो खेल तीनों किस टीम के लिए रहे?
India.
क्या? What is the badge on their crest? What is the team that they're playing for? What is the badge on the helmet? So they're playing for that badge. So respect that badge. The trophy comes home regardless. Anyway, there should there should not be a single man of the match today. For today's match, many contributed to India's win, like Pujara, Siraj, Thakur, Gill, Sundar, and Stark. Okay.
Stark wasn't fully fit. Yeah, Stark wasn't fully fit.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's we can leave him out.
It's okay. It's okay. मतलब वही ना क्या कहते हैं 100 सुनार की एक लोहार की. आप लोगों ने भी बहुत 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 सैक्रिफाइस किया है उनका एक बंदा अनफिट होने के लिए. The scoop by Pant of Lions bowling was his way of saying उखाड़ लो जो उखाड़ना है. So people are pumped today. Shaw not considered for England series. Our selectors being hard on him. Needless to say, he's a magnificent player, as Virat himself said. None of us were even close to what he is at 18 years old. Yeah, that is true, Mai. He is supremely talented. He's someone who's been looked upon in the Indian cricketing circles as one of the future openers in the, him and Shubman Gill, in fact. According to my prediction, in the next 3-4 years, you'll see them open at least 2 of the 3 formats for India. So, as far as Shaw is concerned, I think just like Mayank Agarwal, there are a few technical issues that he needs to work around. And if he's able to get, there is no one better than Rahul Dravid, as Siddharth so eloquently put, the story about Rahul Dravid. But just in the end, massive thanks to Jamie. Sir, thank you so much for existing in Indian cricket. You are a gift that keeps on giving, and that is what is happening right now. So, I'm sure he goes back to Bangalore or NC or wherever Mr. Dravid is gracing, the country with his presence right now, and gets back, knuckles down, and gets that little trigger movement that he has, which causes him to actually, miss the ball that is coming in, and maybe even the fourth, fifth stump line that troubles him.
I think with how much we know Rahul Dravid, like as a player and as a coach, he would already have those notes ready for sure.
Yeah.
Like he already has
मयंक अग्रवाल तो डेफिनेटली होंगे. मयंक अग्रवाल को तो कन्नड़ा में गाली मिलेंगी कि क्या ये पैर खोल के बैठा हुआ है तू.
But yeah, he would have done his homework before these guys asked him. He would tell them to come to NC and talk to me.
Yeah, आजा भाई.
Hope Shaw comes back strong. Yeah, bhai, so do we. Shivam says he's back. Welcome back, Shivam. He's another question. What have you learned from the welcome to Anfield and see you in Gabba, mate? Never invite a guest over. Otherwise, it's Atiti Devo Bhava. Translation: guests are our god. Okay, and this is he's on a different parallel with that United Liverpool game. And
no, I think he's using the Liverpool Atletico Madrid game where Andy Robertson said after the first leg.
Yeah. But the context remains United, right? Context remains United.
Context remains
United. Come to Gabba, mate. A great line promoting Queensland tourism. Terrible one to be used as a sledge in a cricket match. And Ashwin's tweet today, which we discussed in the afternoon, absolutely hilarious. He tags Tim Payne and Cricket Australia. There is a famous saying, Venugopal continues, saying, the fool did not know how it's impossible, so he did it. It basically tells you a thing or two about the mindset of this team and the confidence these young guns carry.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Imagine Pant out ho jata and uske baad Shardul, then we needed 5 or 4, so we can expect 9, 10 and 11 to score those. I am not even talking about this.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
उस दिन किसने बोला था कमिंस को पट्टे से हेडशॉट जो बाउंसर का था तो भाई द मैच को पट से हेडशॉट खत्म मैच. Amit says Ricky Ponting said he's shocked that Australia weren't quite good enough to win the series considering everything. Amit, I feel Ricky Ponting really should not be shocked because he should have understood the fragilities of this Australian batting lineup, if nothing else.
Kushagra, just one sentence to sum up the entire reason why I feel that Australians are not good enough right now to win anything in that sense. एसमैट देख के मुझे ज्यादा मजा आ रहा है बीबीएल से, एंड दैट्स जस्ट अ वेरी स्मॉल स्टेटमेंट व्हिच इज अ ह्यूज डिमेंशन टू व्हाट ऑस्ट्रेलियन क्रिकेट's lacking right now. एसमैट देखने में जो मजा है ना, एंड जो क्वालिटी क्रिकेट देखने में मिल रहा है वो बीबीएल में नहीं दिख रहा है. From whatever the few matches I did watch.
Completely disagree maybe, but ठीक है.
Individual opinion है यार, individual opinion है. Though I feel he is right in the sense that मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी में ज्यादा क्लोज मैचेस हुए हैं compared to Big Bash League में. Big Bash League में कुछ close हुए हैं, but
and
mostly
also
they've been run.
Have had more impact. The local players are really
but then Big Bash League or मुश्ताक अली मतलब सैयद मुश्ताक अली कॉम्पिटिशन इज entirely different, right? Structurally बहुत different है. Plus उन्होंने बिग बैश में इतने सारे रूल चेंजेस भी कर दिए, ये नहीं तो वो नहीं तो ये. मुझे तो वही पूरी क्लैरिटी नहीं है उसमें exactly रूल क्या है. So 13 wickets experience wins over mom. That is my mom saying 13 wickets experience wins over 1,013 wickets. Absolutely right, mom. Like, I mean, in the end, experience was just a number on the paper. If you look at the test matches these guys had played, they played no test matches. That is what Ravi Shastri and Rahane pointed out in the post-match press conference that they did from there. India A team played this test match and still won. Australia have been at full strength. Cricket Australia. Yes, you can't really complain now. And he conceded, buddy. I am not sure what was the context.
Yeah, basically, maybe it was about. I'm not too sure either, but yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what the context was.
We can move on.
Yeah,
we'll move on. India did the unthinkable. Pawan says, yes, they did. Shivam says Abhishek Sharma is a part of SRH. We've seen him play a few innings in IPL 2020. Yes. He's a good prospect. He's an up and coming player. Rishabh effing Pant, take the stumps after the win, look straight into Lion's eyes and break the stumps on your thigh. Give the broken stump to Lion and say, here's a gift for your 100 test.
Man, I love the gift that the Indian team gave to Nathan Lyon. I'm pretty sure there was a little bit of banter too, but it was good. It was good taste. It was respect.
A signed jersey from a team who battered him black and blue, is it?
Yeah. There was a
nice memoir to have.
Nice memorable. Yeah, memorable.
And you know what Amit has basically said, you know, to give him that broken stump. I think अगर वो गली क्रिकेट का एक गेम होता ना तो उसके बाद पक्का दे देते हो.
हमारे यहाँ ना देते भाई, यहाँ पे मुश्किल से एक स्टंप होता था हमारे पास तो.
भाई हम तो यार साइकिल लगा के खेलते थे भाई. साइकिल का एक पहिया स्टंप है
भाई. ईंटा लगा खेलना चाहिए था, थोड़ा सा डिमेंशन सेम होता है.
Yeah, that's what me and my friends used to do. And even sometimes कई बार होता था कि जो फ्लैट्स के नीचे आप खेलते थे ना, तो जो सीढ़ियां होती थी, जो फ्लोर होता था, तो उसको भी आप उसकी जो पहली दूसरी
yes.
3 या 4 सीढ़ियों का विकेट होता था. I remember सबने किया है, सबने.
Just to add on, I think we can have a separate live on just discussing gully cricket days.
Yeah.
We really had to, just make the best of whatever we had. So yeah. That's about it.
I think there's so much to say about
Latul, care to respond to this comment here? क्या ये Shivam and you?
Yeah, it's just that ki I do appreciate Pat Cummins and Josh Hazelwood a lot, and I never back down from complimenting the type of players they are. But ठीक है, it's fine. मेरी टीम नहीं कह सकते, if it would have been my team, Australia जीत गई होती series. Not going to lie, I would have been a better management at that point of time. But ठीक है, kudos to the Indian team for winning this one.
Also तू ऐसा in and out field नहीं लगाता ना, और पूरे टाइम बाउंसर नहीं करवाता, पॉइंटलेस बाउंसर्स जो हो रही थी, मतलब in the end वो बस मारना चाह रहे थे, आउट तो करना चाह नहीं रहे थे.
Do check out that article so that maybe Mitchell Stark might improve his bowling a bit. So never mind.
Yeah, but all banter aside, the article was really good.
Yeah, it was. Never ever underestimate Indians. Prakash says yes. I think that's been the theme of the day today. Amit says nothing encapsulates the fearless mindset of this Indian team. Then Shardul calling Gabba as their so-called den. Oh yes, I saw this Insta post by Shardul. I like the balls on some of these Indian players, man. Like, amazing. No praise too high for Pujara. This is bravery and commitment of the very, very highest order.
Yeah.
Absolutely love Chiteshwar Pujara. If there is a player who you can actually fall in love with, and as Suvajit was mentioning in the afternoon, over these last 2 tours of Australia, Chiteshwar Pujara has, at least for me personally, he's made me fall in love with the way he bats. I actually enjoy him leaving the ball. The ease with which the hands drop, just like this. The hands just drop. He's like, ja, तू आया था ना भाग के वापस दोबारा भाग गया.
कमिंस इतना मेहनत डालता है, एफर्ट डालता है हर एक बॉल में.
एंड भाग के आ रहे हैं हेजलवुड, कमिंस 145 150 टच करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और चेचेश्वर जस्ट दिस एंड आज तो मारा भी उसे, तो भी बैठ रहा. आई एम 100% श्योर उसकी उंगली में फ्रैक्चर हुआ है. The way he responded after that particular hit on it, he's not the guy who likes to show emotions, but still That man is मतलब फौलादी steel का बना हुआ है बंदा वो. So amazing performance with Chiteshwar Pujara. Another comment there from listen to Aussies. Don't underestimate power of yoga. Young gamer. Young gamer. All right. We're going ahead. Amit says Tim Payne can't wait for the Gabba test. Team India can't wait either to slay a fortress and end a 32-year-old streak of being unbeaten there. Just a stat, Virat Kohli was 16 days old when the last Gabba test was lost by Australia. And beyond Virat Kohli, only Pujara and Rahane were the only other players who were even born in this squad. The rest of the squad is not born. So yeah, interesting points there.
Pretty sure most of them parents also won't be married by that time.
No idea, man. That's a long stretch. I have no idea. No idea in that chronology. But Shubman Gill's sorry.
I don't think ऐसे कोई stats निकाल भी पाएगा अभी ढूंढ के. Let them be.
Shubman Gill's innings set the platform and the tone for someone playing his first tour on the bouncy track of the Gabba. He played outstandingly. He got the momentum going, is what Ravi Shastri said. Yes, that was what he stated in the post-match press conference. The pitch had demons. All the cracks did not matter in the final hour to punch Sundar, it seemed. Also, I felt Navjeevan to an extent in लोगों ने cracks का फायदा भी नहीं उठाया because they went in so short. I honestly was thinking को Hazelwood continuously crack पे गिराता रहेगा ball, but even he looked very, very moody and very, very irritated. I don't know.
He looked like one of those Viking gods on the Viking series on Netflix. Like वो ऐसा अजीब सा उसने एक साइड में व्हाइट कलर लगाया हुआ था, एक साइड में पूरा पसीने से निकला हुआ था. He was giving that grunty look. He was like, वो Viking लग रहा है बंदा.
Navjeevan, Leon did pitch one on the crack and it spun the other way around. So maybe we never got to know.
Tim Payne पकड़ नहीं पाया.
The amount of misses that Tim Payne had in this match is maybe more than what Pant, जिसके लिए Pant को डांट पड़ता है. And that man's the captain of the other team. Come on, guys.
And I think just adding to what Atul said, of Tim Payne's misses, I think एक point जो मेरे को सबसे ज्यादा कहीं ना कहीं लगा था ना कि एक यहाँ पे ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम की एक मिस्टेक थी, वो ये था कि आपने कैमरन ग्रीन से ना ज्यादा बॉलिंग नहीं करवाई. See, he may not be a genuine fast bowler, but कहीं ना कहीं उनकी जो स्पीड है वो ठीक क्लिक होती है 135, 140. हाइट भी बहुत अच्छी है. I think almost Stuart Broad के बराबर है. एक या दो इंच ज्यादा है.
6'7" he is.
Yes, assuming the fact that you had Mitchell Starc who wasn't at full fitness, I think Cameron Green के साथ ना थोड़ा ज्यादा ओवर्स उनको दे सकते थे because you never know, आप ऐसे एक यंगस्टर को लाए हो जिसको आप ट्रस्ट करते हो ऐसे बिग सीरीज के लिए. बैट से उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा किया. आई थिंक थोड़ा सा अगर और कॉन्फिडेंस कैप्टन का या फिर अगर सीनियर प्लेयर्स का मे बी अगर मैनेजमेंट का भी होता ना कैमरन ग्रीन में, हु नोज थिंग्स कुड हैव बीन डिफरेंट फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Siddharth थोड़ा सा ये भी था कि Cameron Green wasn't as, how do I say, his bowling wasn't as penetrating as maybe the Australians had hoped. That could have been one of the factors.
Kushagra, the thing being, एक चीज सिद्धार्थ ने कही कि the management at the Tim Payne never used him as an attacking bowler. He used his बीच में कि मैं Cummins को 3 ओवर का रेस्ट देके maybe I want to try from the other end. That's what Tim Payne did with Cam Green, and I think कि नहीं इतना भी less deserving नहीं था for him as a bowler. 6'7" at the Gabba pitch, you can make
with cracks
happen,
The only one of the few comments of Nick Knight that I really liked in the entire series was, this is the most un-Australian setup that I've ever seen, and he couldn't be more wrong.
Right, I guess that's what you meant. But as you said, Atul, and as well as Siddharth, we've seen Kyle Jamieson creating so much of trouble for the Indians and for the Pakistanis who just recently toured New Zealand. He's got a similar frame, similar build as Cameron Green, similar pace of delivery. So maybe you guys are right. Maybe something could have been done. Shrikant with a comment again, cheeky comments. You can expect such cheeky comments from Indian fans up until India lose another series in the future. Some kangaroos and a white rat has been reportedly missing, especially after the comments against the Team India for a 4-0 prediction. I don't think a lot of pundits will never live that down.
Who's that white rat again? I think it's MV.
Yeah,
Can we?
man. Like I think बहुत हो गया मतलब अब तो यार he has come out clarified his statements also. Stop going after
said
Michael
sorry.
Owen हो गया. Sorry भी क्यों?
In-
यार prediction है sorry बोलने की क्या जरूरत है यार? हम लोग कुछ भी predict करते हैं sorry थोड़ा
वही
बोल
बोल रहा
लेते
है,
हैं.
guys, I think it's time to get on the train जो केविन पीटरसन ने चालू कर दिया अपने हिंदी ट्वीट के साथ. If you might have seen.
Yeah, we'll
Man,
get on.
his Instagram post where he uses that कौन सा वो म्यूजिक है ना जिसमें वो कैरी करते हैं, and then he has used the coffin music, and he has used the Cricket Australia logo, and he's used that dialogue, can't wait to get to Gabba mate, and then he has made a beautiful video out of it where Shubman Gill and Washington Sundar, everybody else is smashing the Aussie bowlers, and then Rishabh Pant scores the winning run. It's interesting
KP is always good. Always good.
how far an Englishman can go to take it out on an Aussie, right? Like totally unrelated.
He doesn't play for the MLS star. Sorry, this Melbourne Stars na. अब तो anyway he can do whatever he wants.
अब BBL आना है, BBL में सिर्फ commentary करनी है, तो ठीक है, it's all right. The banter is good. But the other thing is, it's not just that. It's not just Kevin Peterson. Even if you guys saw the Indian broadcast, Nick Knight did massive 2-3 fist pumps to himself when Rishabh Pant hit that boundary. Irrespective of whatever said and done, the English don't like the Aussies, so they always rejoice in their losses. So that is true. Pant abroad because he's a match winner. When he doesn't keep well, then people criticize him. But he can win you matches. But he can win you matches like this. He could have won in Sydney if he had stayed more time. That's exactly what Shastri. Oh, yeah, he said bye Shastri. I was going to say that's exactly what Shastri said. The Indian team is so strong that nobody knows when Shardul will play another Test match. He even took second. He took 7 wickets and scored a 50 here. I hope he gets a chance, man. Because I think Shardul can be a viable bowling all-rounder at number 8 for India, which India have been looking. You can have a combination of all-rounders, right? You can have Hardik Pandya, who's been selected in the squad. Maybe we'll discuss the English squad slightly towards the end of it. But
Shardul has that tendency to get that swing, like natural swing. So like in conditions, maybe in England or somewhere, like he will be
दोनों तरफ करता है.
Exactly. He's like a Gooby type of bowler, like who can do a similar kind of thing in England, especially.
He has a good outswinger actually. Very good. Yeah.
Like in the 80th over, he was doing it with the ball, with the oldest ball.
You know, if you might see, Shardul's arm, the way it comes down, Shardul has some sort of a sling that Mitchell Stark has, and that actually helps with the outswinger at that point of time, whether it's the late overs or the starting ones.
Yeah.
We
should start a separate series called the art of fast bowling by Atul, and that would be like one of the most hit series on TSD ever.
Pratmesh, what's the level of detail? Pratmesh, do you know what's the biggest irony here? I'm a right arm spin bowler.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's a spinner.
You are like an expert. Like आप कर तो एक ही चीज सकते हो ना. शेन वॉर्न भी तो स्पिनर था, बट बैटिंग में कमेंट करता है ना. It's fine. Go ahead.
Rohan and I had a banter.
शेन वॉर्न पे पहुंच गया मतलब सीधे. मतलब कोई मिडिल ग्राउंड है ही नहीं हमारे यहाँ.
यार राइट आर्म स्पिनर था ना. डायरेक्ट शेन वॉर्न राइट आर्म स्पिनर.
Rohan and I had a banter where I said, okay, I am the Kyle Jamieson in the ranks for the Indian cricket right now. I need to step up.
That six of Lion by Rahane, fantastic shot. Shastri's speech was good. Yes, it was. I loved the post-match presser from Shastri and Rahane. It was
especially when Sunandan Lele started talking in Marathi. His first sentence was "Aitsa go Rahane," and after that the entire praise of the entire team. But that one moment of when he said "Aitsa go Rahane," you should see the smile on the faces of Ajinkya Rahane and Ravi Shastri. I'm pretty sure they would be dying to hear a little bit of Marathi, and that was that one moment where both of them just smiled at each other. That was absolutely a gold moment.
Yeah. And Vishnu says, I absolutely love this comment by Vishnu. Cheteshwar Pujara's innings could be used to show where the 206 bones are located in the human body. In his 211 balls, the ball pinged him on each, but he stood tall. The heart is special, the man more. Wow,
Yeah.
I have
Very,
a few
very well said.
goosebumps.
Very well said.
I have a few goosebumps reading that.
Yeah.
The man is more. Yes.
And I think there were like
But
1.2 billion bones like that were getting hit because every time he was getting hit, you could just feel it. Like
Yeah.
सुबह से कोई comment नहीं आया था, but
you
प्रथमेश
could
came
feel it, right?
on
You could
WhatsApp.
feel it.
Yeah, हम सब शांत थे आज सुबह ग्रुप्स पे, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे साइलेंस था बिकॉज सब देख रहे थे.
That is
But
the
या पुजारा को लगना चालू हुआ ना, तब प्रथमेश का पहला कमेंट आया. मतलब बहुत गुस्से में जब वो आ गया था कि ये अभी ज्यादा हो रहा है, अब बंद कर दो, नेक्स्ट का जब बॉल खेल गया.
Yeah.
but as Siddharth mentioned ना, यही तो सुपरस्टिशन वाली बात है. मैं जानबूझ के कमेंट नहीं कर रहा था कि ये नहीं कह रहा था कि शुभमन अच्छा खेल रहा है, क्योंकि मुझे
Exactly.
डर लग रहा था, मैं कहूंगा शुभमन का विकेट चला जाएगा.
Yeah,
और I was
the moment my mom said Shubman is looking really good today, he should score 100, I fended that ball. I was like, yeah.
That's why it's very important to watch all the matches alone. All these, 5
No,
I love the
if it wasn't,
sincerity.
if it wasn't for my mom,
sincerity with which you
if
told
it
us this, I
wasn't for
thought
my
मालूम
mom,
नहीं
I
क्या
would have
बता
missed
रहा
this.
है. Beautiful.
wasn't for
I
my mom, I
love
would have
this.
missed
Is the dedication, bro.
Siddharth, do you
almost-
stay alone? Siddharth, do you stay alone?
No, I stay with my family. But
Bro, how do you,
when it comes to cricket, I stay alone. Yeah.
bro? How do you do things? How do you do things alone in an Indian household? I don't know.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that later.
Yeah, we'll come to that later. But definitely, yeah,
पता क्या
yeah,
है,
Kushal,
पिछले ना
yeah.
पिछले 20 साल से मैं ऑलमोस्ट बस एक ही चीज ऐसी है अपनी लाइफ में जिसको मैं बहुत सीरियसली करता हूँ, और वो है क्रिकेट. एंड मे बी प्रॉब्ली अनदर स्पोर्ट लाइक टेनिस. तो उसमें पता है क्या होता है कि जब भी कोई ऐसा टाइट मैच होता है ना, तो चुप करके या तो मैं लाइव ब्लॉग कर रहा हूँ, या फिर अगर मैं ऑन फील्ड हूँ, या फिर अगर मैं घर पे बैठ के देख रहा हूँ, या छुट्टी है, या फिर नाउ आई एम अ स्टूडेंट एक्चुअली. तो मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि भाई ठीक है, कोई नहीं, चुप करके देखो, चाहे इंडिया का मैच है या फिर अगर इंग्लैंड साउथ अफ्रीका का कोई टाइट मैच आ रहा है. यू जस्ट रियली उस टाइम पे ऐसा होता है कि अगर इफ आई ट्राई टू डिस्क्राइब दिस, कि ना यू आर एक्चुअली टॉकिंग टू योरसेल्फ. तो तुमको ऐसा लगता है कि ओके, this ball, next ball, this could happen, there could be a six, this, ये ऐसा हो सकता है, यहाँ पे आउट हो सकता है, there could be a yorker here. तो उस टाइम पे एक ऐसा zen state होता है ना कि आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आपको कुछ नहीं चाहिए अपने आसपास, और किसी भी तरह की डिस्ट्रैक्शन में वो सुपरस्टिशन वहीं पे खराब हो गया और सारा सत्यानाश हो सकता है.
Exactly.
वो एक zen state होता है.
You feel like you know better than पुजारा और अपन कि नहीं ब्रो, तुझे ऐसे नहीं करना, अभी क्रैक्स ओपन अप हो जाएंगे थोड़ी देर में, ऐसे मत कर, वैसे मत कर. अब
वो नहीं होता उसमें ऐसा होता है कि ना थोड़ी सी प्रेडिक्शन होती है, लेकिन एट द वेरी सेम टाइम आज के केस में ना जो मेरे को एक बात कहीं ना कहीं क्लियर थी ना, वो ये थी कि व्हेन पंत एंड मे बी जब शार्दुल साथ में थे या वॉशिंगटन सुंदर साथ थे, तो मेरे को कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा लग रहा था कि यार मैं अपने मन ही मन में ये बोल रहा था, यार प्लीज डाउन द ग्राउंड खेलो, डाउन द ग्राउंड खेलो.
Yes.
हवा में मारने की जरूरत नहीं है. डाउन द ग्राउंड खेलोगे तो बिल्कुल T20 क्रिकेट, क्योंकि इक्वेशन ऐसा था कि आपके रन्स रिलेटिवली मतलब कम थे और बॉलें आपकी ज्यादा थी. एक स्टेज ऐसा आया था कि ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल हो गया था बिफोर, या फिर थोड़ा सा बॉल्स ज्यादा हो गई थी, मतलब बॉल्स थोड़ी कम हो गई थी.
7 का रन रेट हो गया था 49 7 ओवर में. When सुंदर डिसाइडेड ये सब नहीं चलता, मैंने छक्के चौके मारने हैं
कि कमेंट्स को मारना है. कहीं ना कहीं इस टाइम पे होता है कि आप ना बस डाउन द ग्राउंड खेलो, तो आपके आउट होने का जो चांस है ना वो खत्म होता है. बिल्कुल छक्का मारने की जरूरत नहीं है.
Kushagra, one thing for sure, if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't have watched this game. Because after Rohit got out, for me it was like a heartbreak. So I switched off the laptop and I slept. And my mom made sure at 7 and around 7:15, she woke me up twice saying, Gil maar raha hai, ut ja. Gil maar raha hai, ut ja. And then I woke up and then everything just...
Bro, again I'm going to put into your grandchildren, Gil maar raha hai wala line. Save it for your grandchildren.
सब ग्रैंडचिल्ड्रन के लिए बचा लो, अपने लिए रख लो ना थोड़ा बहुत.
Children के लिए भी I'll get that. थोड़ा children के लिए.
Amit says हाँ, both Gulatis in the comments.
I am saying Gulati is already planning so far ahead in the future. यार कल की बात करते पहले और अभी की बात करते. Comments.
No, I don't know if Siddharth and Rohan, both of you guys have to share the same surname. That's
I am talking about the Gulati with the Y.
Yeah, I know.
Rohan.
Yeah. Pant, Vihari, Thakur, Pandey, Sundar, and so many more are a product from the youth/feeder system set up by Rahul Dravid. Rahul Dravid. Yes, as I said, gem. He wasn't just a coach; he was a mentor and a guide to them. The bench strength we have today is him, and again, he just lurks in the shadows. he's the consummate professional, the ultimate team man, someone who's never looked for limelight, but someone who's always had that limelight thrust onto him, because that's just how brilliant he is. And Varun says, still haven't got through the happiness of what we have achieved today morning, and not a big fan of Ravi Shastri, but what a speech by him. Loved it. I think today we all should be massive fans of Ravi Shastri.
Yeah.
It's not easy to manage a contingent of roughly 50 individuals, including the support staff and everything else, keeping the morale high, keeping everyone on their toes, eliciting this kind of a performance from each and every part of your squad. This shows incredible man management. And let's not forget, I'm sure he does tactical analysis with the team, because the team got it spot on post Adelaide.
Yeah.
In all the 3 test matches, I felt the team was spot on. Yes, they dropped catches. Yes, there were lapses of concentration. Yes, there were mini collapses in the batting, but never did I ever feel post Adelaide that India outplayed for an entire day or even for 2 sessions consecutively by Australia.
Right.
Fantastic. Amit says, the grit and gumption shown by Shastri and staff in Australia is outstanding to usher a young team to victory, to lend experience and assure them and hold them through. This is really something. Guys, I'll quickly finish off the comments, then we can come to the Indian squad for the England series, because life goes on, and thankfully Test cricket does too. So we've got a wonderful series to look forward to in 2 weeks. There's a whole host of people that have helped vindicate a whole country of fans that have followed this game for far too long. Also, in the first tweet, meant Rahul. All right. That's fantastic. ऑस्ट्रेलिया के यंग कैप्टन्स चीट कर लेते हैं, क्यों करियर खराब करना है मार्नस का? Repeating your point, Siddharth. Smith नहीं तो wannabe Smith को कैप्टन बना दो.
I think he's the best bet. After Pat Cummins, I don't think you have an option.
Yeah.
Let's make Marnus the captain and let Smith do the shadow captaining as well.
Yeah.
Or unless George Bailey wants to step down as the chief chairman of selectors and come to captain Australia again.
Bloody brilliant from Siddharth there. Bloody brilliant. Oh
yes.
Yeah.
No, seriously, he is that he's one of the most unluckiest Australian captains. Seriously.
Yeah.
When he's in the team, he's the captain. Else he's out of the team.
Yeah.
It's even worse than Tim Payne.
That's the same with Tim Payne.
But yeah, George Bailey was a genuinely good batsman.
Genuinely good captain.
Guys, because of Siddharth, as soon as this live ends, I'll go to YouTube and I'll go watch Bailey's 28 of 1 over to Anderson.
Oh,
that's
is 2013-14. Yeah. My God.
Yeah. Fantastic.
The centuries he scored in India when Australia toured India, I think 13-14 only. 12-13.
I hope you all are aware about that. It's not the time to talk about him, but George Bailey doing that, hey Jimmy to James Anderson.
Why not make Goat the captain? I don't think he's a captaincy material, and I think he'll be quite down in the dumps as well after today. I think the entire Australian team would be. I don't know. आज के बाद वो रिटायर होगा, especially after getting that jersey ना, रिटायर हो जाएगा.
I don't think. Yeah. I think it's in their mindset to come back and fight. They will fight when they come to India. That is for sure. I don't know how successful they'll be, because I really don't give anyone a chance in India. Guess this is how the 1983 World Cup win must have felt. A team which nobody really gave a chance ends up defeating the best in the world. This is equally historic, if not better. Of course, I won't go so far as saying it's better, but it is equally historic. In my eyes, this is the greatest test series victory by an Indian team. Definitely the greatest test series victory by a touring team. And, it's up there with Wadekar's wonders with those back-to-back West Indies and England tours of 71. And then, you've had some closely run things all over the world. You got that, for me, my favorite series of all time is 2001 Australia, of course. That comeback by VVS and Dravid, and then winning in Chennai. But then the 03-04 series is special. The victory in Pakistan in 2004-2005 is special. The victory in New Zealand when we got to the first ranking is special. but this is just something else. This is
I think this is the best.
unbelievable. This is big.
When we actually understood cricket as a game, we understood Test cricket as something what it takes to be played as cricket. Then it is biggest, because I think Anurag mentioned it. 2011 World Cup, maybe we didn't know exact passion. I think I was still passionate enough, 14, 15 years. But at 20,
actually, expectation थी 2011 World Cup में. I would equate this more to 2007. What do you say, Siddharth? 2007 में zero expectation थी, and जाके उन्होंने कर दिया था एकदम. This is something on those lines.
Because see, format ही उस टाइम 2007 में format ही ऐसा था कि कहीं ना कहीं T20 का उस टाइम पे नया आ रहा था, क्योंकि कुछ कंट्रीज में
खेलता ही नहीं था बिल्कुल भी.
हाँ, एक मैच
खेला था वो, if you remember,
South Africa against, and Virender Sehwag was the captain in that, and we won.
Just to add on to that match, Dinesh Karthik was the man of the match in that
match.
Siddharth, हमारे चैनल पे KKR Brigade is very strong. Very strong. PK fans forever.
Yeah, and everybody else in the world has a problem when one Mumbai Indians fan speaks one sentence of Mumbai Indians, but ये पूरा इसमें KKR मचाएंगे. That's okay.
Because we're all bored of Mumbai Indians, my friend.
You are bored. I'm not.
Chiteshwar Pujara hit on the body or helmet 14 times across the 4-match series. That is a record for body blows received in a single series by a batsman since such records began. Amit carries on akkad bakkad Bombay 82 90 pure 100.
Let's not complete. Yeah.
I almost fell in that trap.
Yeah.
I think Shaw has been dropped.
I actually initiated that, let's not get into this trap because I had read it earlier, so that's why.
Yeah, even I had read earlier.
I haven't been going through the comments below. I think Shaw has been dropped on poor form, Venugopal says, and it's pretty fair.
Right.
He needs to go back to domestic cricket and get back to scoring big runs. He's young and has a lot of time to get back into the side. Yeah. Absolutely spot on, sir.
Absolutely.
Amit Dubey says they should make a temple of Chiteshwar Pujara in Rajkot, the god of resilience. Yeah.
हर साल कुछ उसके बर्थडे हो गया ना, मैं हर साल जाऊंगा वहां पे.
Australian crowd called Siraj gorilla, but forgot that gorillas always win against kangaroos. Hashtag no racism. That's quite spot on. Spot on. But yeah, injuries, more injuries. Their fortress without Kohli, no leadership, inexperienced team. They've shut up everyone up. Wow, what a series, what a match, what a win. Amit, no doubt. सच बताओ कुशाग्र, कल बर्थडे विश में इंडिया की जीत ही मांगी थी ना आज के लिए. भाई बिल्कुल मैंने मांगा ही यही था. Like I think that was
Kushagr, can you please think twice before saying that वही मांगा था? Just give it a thought from your end, please.
Okay. Not
I think,
sure.
Let's move on to the next question, KD.
Yeah.
I love the awkwardness of the panel that it gets.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure it out.
We are allowed a few bloopers, man. Come on. BBL innovation is good this season. Navjeevan says, yes, I was just saying, मुझे मालूम नहीं है क्या innovation है. That's all. Only Pujara and Rahane survived all 4 tests. India had to replace 9 positions. Supply the same to Australia. Warner, Harris, Marnus, Wade, Head, Enriquez, Payne, Pattinson, Abbott, Nesser, and Swepson. Wow, yeah, that would have been incredible.
Mitchell Swepson is the highest wicket taker in Shield this season, and he wasn't even used. I mean, you could have had a leggy. Talking from Australia's point of view, just because you call him the GOAT, maybe just not play him every match, right? Maybe they could have given a chance to the leg spinner to shine. Never know.
Or maybe brought him.
Coming to this Venu's point, I think he's actually spot on here because he's saying that, I have never seen this before with Steve Waugh pointing. That was the difference. I think just to, add to this point, one of these points, I think it's like, मैंने ना एक बात नोटिस करी थी कि जब पंत और पुजारा बैटिंग कर रहे थे ना, तो इंडिया कहीं ना माइंड गेम्स खेल रहा था ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ. और उनका जो फील्ड सेटिंग था जिसमें कहीं ना कहीं उनके लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो रहा था, जो मुझे एज अ व्यूअर फील हो रहा था कि टिम पेन इज एक्चुअली गेटिंग अ बिट बैकवर्ड कि आपको किस तरीके की फील्ड रखनी चाहिए. बिकॉज एक टाइम तो ऐसा होता था कि ऋषभ पंत व्हेन ही इज फेसिंग लेट्स से नेथन लायन और मे बी मिचेल स्टार्क, तो वो बिल्कुल डेड बैट है और अचानक से फिर बिल्कुल कहीं ना कहीं एक शॉट आ जाता था. तो आई थिंक वो जो माइंड गेम्स थी ना, वो कहीं ना कहीं दैट आल्सो प्रूव टू बी वन ऑफ द मेजर फैक्टर्स इन इंडियाज विन टुडे.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you, Siddharth.
जामताड़ा subject क्या है?
I think the Indian team approach had them a bit confused, as you said, because something what Adam Collins mentioned was it is a beautiful mix. It was a beautiful mix of both the approaches. Pujara was the insurance policy, while Shubman Gill was your risky investment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The investment with high returns, and that is what was happening here.
Kushagra, I'm so sorry, I can't control this. Please read the next comment.
Okay.
I'm going to be jobless soon. Can I have a presenter job at TSB or B Express Sports?
No.
Come on, man. Like, Tim Payne, come on. It's all right.
So why would anyone do
Yes,
that?
Tim Payne, I hope you can hold your phone at least. Oh Lord. Yes. Move on. Sorry boys. Akshay says couldn't join in today, but भाई जितना भी बात करो कम ही पड़ेगा. बिल्कुल सही बात है यार. सुबह से तो लग रहा है बात ही नहीं हुआ है. Shrikant says, bro, Natarajan has been dropped out of the first 2 tests against England. What is your opinion? Shrikant, we will circle back to this comment of yours. I would like to finish all the comments before we actually go on to the England series discussion. We'll just do a quick 10-minute discussion there and log off for the evening because it's already 11. Varun says Hardik has been selected as a pure batsman. Select is confirmed. They want to ease him into Test cricket and hope he's ready to bowl when India travel to England for the Test series in July. That's exactly what I felt as well. Good decision. According to me.
Because his ball swings over there.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think. I really don't think he's physically fit enough to bowl 10 to 15 overs a day. I think that is what you need out of a third seamer in India.
Yeah.
I don't think he can bowl 15 overs a day. So Vipul says, I want to join you guys as well for discussions over cricket. Vipul, do drop us a message on the Sports Doyen
Instagram.
You're commenting on the web. You're on YouTube, I'm assuming. So if you can get to the Facebook page or the Insta page or even the comments below, do let us know. We'll try to involve a few more people from the audience to come on for these live sessions in the future. Ajay Jadeja said Pant should only be considered as a batsman but not as a wicket keeper. That will only shorten his career. Comments. I don't know, Mahi. I'm not entirely in agreement with that. But I mean, of course, who am I to question Ajay Jadeja's acumen in cricket? But I would rather. I think the whole package of Rishabh Pant is the man behind the stumps. I think when India is not batting, the man's presence behind the stumps, his mouth, is his ability to say things yet not say anything. Yeah. So Spider-Man, कहाँ से उड़ाएगा दिल का फैन?
Also, come on, Ash. Maybe the best 3 words now I like the most. Like the come on, Ash. Come on, Ash. That will
Come
be
on, Ash. Easy.
What if I make my grandchildren name as Ash and then whenever they play good cricket, I'll say, come on, Ash.
Come on, Ash. Come on, Ash. Come on, Ash.
Yeah.
Why not? Man, this guy is so obsessed with grandchildren.
Navjeevan says it's best to be offline and more of an achievement really to get offline in such tight matches. Even I just enjoyed the match without looking at my phone and commenting all the time for once. Kinshuk says Ravi Shastri isn't the old monk we need, but the one we deserve. Yes, he is. Amit says, seriously, realistically, when did you start to believe that India are going to win this test match? At which point? जब वो चौका बाउंड्री के बाहर जा चुका था. तब. उससे पहले मैंने believe किया था. I don't know.
It was Washington 6. It was Washington 6 for me.
No. जब शार्दुल आउट हुआ मेरी हालत खराब हो गई थी. मुझे माइकल क्लार्क याद आ रहा था. सिडनी याद आ रहा था मुझे. थोड़ा सा टेस्ट मैच याद आ रहा था वो 2008 वाला.
Thankfully, I was too young to.
That Sundar 6 of comments, I think that just eased the nerves a bit.
It did.
Thankfully, when that incident happened, Kushagra Michael Clark, while I was 10 years old, so उतना ही memory था. Thankfully,
highlights बहुत देखा है ना. That's the problem.
Kushagra, हाँ.
नहीं मैंने लाइव मैच देखा था. मैं थोड़ा बड़ा हूँ तुम लोगों से. शिवम says, अरे bro प्रथमेश, I am with you. Don't worry, MI and MUFC for life, of course, Shivam, you are with him, we know that. Amit says, Mumbai Indians वाले वड़ा पाव खा के under 10 भी out नहीं होते. सही है यार. कुशाग्र, I hope PL trophy मांगा हो.
यही मांगा हो.
सब मांग लूं मैं, मतलब अपने बर्थडे
मैं अपने बर्थडे पे मांग लूंगा, कोई बात नहीं.
तू मांग ले यार. In the top 10 run getters of Border-Gavaskar Trophy 2020-2021, only 3 of them averaged more than 45. 2 of them are from India: Rishabh Pant at 68.50 and Shubman Gill at 51.80. Both of these men were superstars, and this is the last comment we have as of now. Would like some critics of Rishabh Pant who have been writing him off for a year to kindly remember the scorecard, this series, and his general Test match record. Thanks, Amit. Yeah, I would genuinely agree with you there as well. Maybe commentators can stop saying who says Test cricket is boring. Few people have said that for at least a couple of years now. Yeah. I think that's slightly oft-repeated.
I'll do Amit one better. So I'll just ask you, this question: is there a sport that can match Test cricket when it is played like this?
No. I don't know. I don't think so.
And there is no sport like that. You're right, Siddharth. There is no sport. So that's what I mentioned, right? With Pujara and Shubman Gill's contrasting approaches to life. You cannot have. You mentioned tennis. So I play tennis to a substantial level. Okay. You cannot have a man going full on topspin versus a man going full on flat semi-western grip, because the thing is, something has to give. You have to find a balance in between. But cricket is the only sport where you can have two men on the pitch playing their two different games and ending up on the winning side of things.
Kushagra is trying to just make sure that the world is absolutely correct with what they understand. This is an absolute proper example. The example which I did not understand, first of all, क्या ग्रिप कौन सा टॉप स्पिन नहीं समझ में आया, लेकिन पॉइंट इतना बराबर से समझा ना, जिंदगी भर नहीं भूलेगा आदमी.
ठीक है. Old school boxing of 15 rounds comes the closest when no one is giving in. Football, penalty shootout, that is another level of tension. Heart beats faster than anything, Siddharth. It does. Football also can put you on the edge. So
also overtime in NBA is kind of heartbreaking in some ways.
Boys, sorry to put you off, but no one mentioned Formula 1. But anyway, we'll move on.
Different people, different opinions. And all opinions are respected.
It's actually not about comparison of sports. It's just about what this 5-day cricket just brings about. Like every day is
absolutely.
Before the Adelaide Test, we were thinking that we were winning, but we lost. This match, I don't think we were expecting to win after 2 days of cricket, but then suddenly things change. So I think that's the beauty of Test cricket, because it goes on. You can sleep after 1 day. Second day, you come up with a different mindset. That's a whole different game.
I like this.
Can I babysit your grandchildren in the future? Is what Tim Payne is asking.
Sure.
मत देना भाई, ड्रॉप करेगा वो ड्रॉप करेगा, मत देना.
Come on, guys. Seriously. So guys, this is it. We are at the end of the comments here. We've got the Indian team for the England Test matches here, and if you'd like to go through them, Pratmesh, if you could help me out here. I'm facing a few net issues. If you could read out the test squad that has been selected for India.
Yeah. I'm just going through the test squad right now, and the team. Yes, it's Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is the captain. Ajinkya Rahane being the vice captain. Rohit Sharma, Mayank Agarwal, Shubman Gill, Cheteshwar Pujara, KL Rahul, Hardik Pandya, Rishabh Pant as a wicketkeeper, Wriddhiman Saha as a wicketkeeper, R. Ashwin, Kuldeep Yadav, Aksar Patel, Washington Sundar, Ishant Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj, and Shardul Thakur. What a list!
No Shami for the first 2 tests, is it?
No Shami for the first 2 tests.
No Jadeja,
no Jadeja. No Jadeja, no Umesh. Another 2 people who are not included in the first 2 are T. Natarajan. The not included ones are T. Natarajan and Prithvi Shaw, obviously, who has been dropped. KS Bharat here is going to be.
Did anyone notice that? Did anyone notice that Bhuvneshwar isn't there?
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna play Bhuvneshwar in red ball cricket until the T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
I think I think that has been the problem of putting him into longer form cricket and him breaking down all the time. So
At the same time, Kushagra, they have announced that net bowlers will be Ankit Rajput, Avesh Khan, Sandeep Warrior, Krishnappa Gautam, and Saurabh Kumar. And the standby players will be KS Bharat, who is the wicketkeeper for Andhra, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Abhimanyu Iswaran, Shabaz Nadeem, Rahul Cheher. Oh wow, I like that name. And Priyank Panchal.
Oh,
Priya
finally,
Priya.
KS Bharat. I think KS Bharat is in contention. That's a very, very good
Yes,
selection.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
KS Bharat has been
Yeah.
a third keeper, right? For a while.
Yeah, he has been in and around. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now that Pratnesh has read it out, Siddharth, your initial thoughts on the squad. Natarajan, of course, very unlucky to be missing out. But then again, I don't know how much would have you used him in India, for that matter, because you've got very, very senior pacers coming back into the squad. I'm 100% sure he'll be there in all of the white ball squads, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be there in the I think 5 T20Is and 3 ODIs that India play against England. It's a full tour, England tour of India. So, just your initial thoughts on the squad, and what do you see? How do you see that series going? The first Test series, at least.
I think good squad and very very strong squad I would say because कहीं ना कहीं अगर आपके players हैं वो more or less जो आपका first test 11 होता है काफी हद तक वही रहेगा but yes I think जो सबसे ज्यादा मेरे लिए exciting रहेगा ना वो होगा वॉशिंगटन सुंदर और आर अश्विन को in tandem bowling करते हुए देखना that would be very very good and वो भी चेन्नई में
in tandem batting देखने मजा आएगा उन दोनों की
and yes I think first of all India का squad बहुत ज़्यादा strong है and in comparison to England I think England also they do have good spinners like Dominic Bess, Jack Leach and then Moeen Ali has also come in so yeah but I think in Indian condition it's going to be very difficult because main जो England का target रहेगा वो कहीं ना कहीं ये नहीं रहेगा कि उनके obviously उनके बैट्समैन को तो अच्छा स्कोर करना ही पड़ेगा बट उनको 20 विकेट निकालने हैं और वो इंग्लैंड के लिए सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज रहेगा बिकॉज on Indian pitches, once you know that you're set, the total is actually going to be 600-700 आराम से हो जाता है जैसे कि हमने लास्ट इंग्लैंड टूर के देखा था जब वो इंडिया आए थे चेन्नई में you had Karun Nair scoring that 300 then KL Rahul scored 199 and I think India went on to score if I'm not wrong 650 plus or I think even 700 I don't know the exact
near around 700
so yeah obviously I think experience wise and quality wise definitely Dominic Bess, Jack Leach kahin na kahin utna stand out nahi karte in comparison to maybe R Ashwin and Kuldeep Yadav and I expect to see a five men bowling attack for India with 2 pacers assuming Ishant and Bumrah both are completely fit and then you have 3 spinners with Sundar, Ashwin and Kuldeep Yadav especially on Chennai
yes pitch. For sure So I think that about sums it up for us guys. I'll just read a few comments, and I can come to you, Rohan and Atul, and for your last comments there. Navjeevan says Curry with the clutch today in the last minute. Yeah, Navjeevan, we saw Steph Curry was fantastic. Okay, all right. Amit has clarified Natarajan has paternity. Natarajan has paternity leave.
Yeah, so there was no reason to drop him actually because he also I think he recently had a baby girl if I'm not wrong. So it made sense to give him that paternity leave.
I think that's
no Shami Jadeja and Natarajan. Yeah. Natarajan as well rest. Maybe I think everyone's asking about Natarajan. Jaddu is resting. Yes, I don't think he's fit enough either. We need Bhuvi in the test team at least in Indian conditions. His swing is class. It is class, but I think I feel his injury has not been handled as well as it could have been.
Very well.
And I think I would rather have a Bhuvneshwar Kumar at 110% than a Bhuvneshwar Kumar who's likely to break down again in this Indian test series. If Ishant Sharma was not sent to Australia because he was not deemed match fit, it shows what kind of a strong fast bowling we have and what kind of confidence we have. So I think we can afford to just make sure Bhuvi plays the T20 and ODI format because let's not forget we've got 2 T20 World Cups in 2 years. So that's something where we want Bhuvi to be there for. KKR guys be like no DK. Anurag, look at this. Yeah, boys, sorry couldn't join. All why am I apologizing? Yeah, man, why are you apologizing?
People saying KKR guys be like no DK. It was the KKR guy who started things off at the top this morning.
Lovely. IPL से बाहर ना निकल पाओ बेटा. ठीक है.
KKR bowler, Mr. Atul, who has got man of the series.
Yeah, quickly, guys. I'll come to Rohan and then Atul for your final word. Then we can wrap it up for the evening. Rohan, your final word. your final word on the England tour of India and the Test
Good
series.
team, bro. 18 is there, bro. Now, if we can win with a C team on Australia in Australia, so we'll be against Australia. So A team in India against England. So don't play this if India loses. And
I like the Rohan has come down to a normal blood group now because you know it's okay. I like the Rohan philosophy, but sometimes it's good to be realistic.
but I think
But don't worry, Rohan. Don't worry, Rohan. If anything goes wrong, we are going to make sure this is the first thing that we do.
But I think with the squad, I think India are taking it pretty seriously. It's
Yeah,
no joke playing against England. They have gone with a
yeah.
full-fledged side. Like we were expecting Bumrah to be rested maybe, but I
Mm.
think they have taken a full-fledged side for the first two tests. Maybe they might be like rotating the squad in the next two matches. How the first two tests goes. So India are taking it seriously, especially with ICC Test Championship on the line. I think
Yeah,
it's a good approach. And playing in India is again against England is a top side, and they'll
yeah,
have their all top players back for this series. They have rested a few for
yeah,
Sri Lanka series. So it's going to be a difficult series, no
yeah.
doubt. And England will come out all guns blazing. But
मैं
with
मेरा सबसे बड़ा
yeah,
क्वेश्चन तो ये है कि आप जून में वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप की फाइनल खेलोगे, राइट? जो होगी
yeah,
लॉर्ड्स में। बारिश
yeah.
में 2-3 दिन चले जाएंगे तो क्या मैच खेलोगे?
छोड़ ब्रो, छोड़ना अभी उसकी भी टेंशन ले रहा है. जो होगा, but I think yeah,
देखेंगे.
it's an
Yeah,
important series, especially the first two tests will be pretty important. So I
yeah,
think with this India squad, I think they should win it. But yeah, it
yeah,
will be difficult. It will be a tough series to win. You'll have to
yeah.
be
I
at
think we can expect some low scoring games also because कहीं ना कहीं एक ही venue पे matches ना repeat मतलब एक से ज्यादा matches हैं तो it
Hmm,
also depends upon the fact that कि आपके पास spare pitches कितनी हैं और
hmm,
उनको अच्छे से कितना roll out करते हैं so that कि वो
hmm.
एक next match के लिए fresh रहे. So yeah, I think knowing Chennai, I think
एक
it's going to
पिंक
be a
बॉल भी है
tough ball.
अहमदाबाद में.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ahmedabad में pink ball है, but
big
especially in
baller.
Chennai, I think it could be a paradise for someone like us.
Yeah,
You could actually wreck havoc.
exactly. Man, I'm gonna miss going to Chepauk because that was a
Yeah,
brilliant.
seriously.
It's a brilliant venue. It's a brilliant venue for any format of cricket because it always gives the bowlers a chance and much better chance than a batsman, which is why it is
Yeah.
such a fantastic venue. And let's not forget that is the same venue where Yuvraj and Sachin pulled off one really historic chase against
Yes,
England.
yes, yes.
So,
87.
so that is the entire beauty of Test match cricket, where the pitch might not support you, but it's your grit and determination, like we saw today, that will win us matches.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Atul, final few words.
No, just had a thought that Gill and Rohit open. Third is Pujara, fourth is Kohli, fifth is Rahane. Maybe Pant is sixth. Who's seventh? Hardik as a batsman, or maybe Hardik is sixth. Pant as a wicket keeper.
Washington Sundar.
So Hardik doesn't start then. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. If you're considering Hardik as a proper batsman, who is actually not going to bowl, I don't see Hardik making the first 11. In the especially the Chennai
Yeah,
games.
true,
Depends upon the
true.
fact that there are a couple of injuries, or let's say if someone like Cheteshwar Pujara is not fit, he has actually got hit quite a few times today. And then you have KL Rahul. I think there's still, I think, not official update as to how his wrist injuries he's recoping with that wrist injury. So yeah, if if the batsmen are not at full fitness, expect Hardik Pandya to play at 5 or 6. It is possible.
Yeah,
So basically that, and not going to discuss the bowlers. We have a lot of them. Maybe they'll decide they proved their
Right.
worth. Anyone could get in and win the match for India. I just wanted to have a little chat about the England team. We were just not cribbing, but actually discussing ki, okay, Pat Cummins did this to us. Jofra Archer is coming over, if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
having
He's going to come over.
having
He's going to come over.
having Mark Wood with him. So that's not going to stop whatever was happening to Cheteshwar Pujara at that point of time. With all the pace
bro,
and
भाई मैं भी देखूं चेपॉक पे इतनी बॉल उड़ा के दिखाएं, मतलब
exactly,
कमरे टूट जाएंगी इतना
Jofra
डालने की वजह से.
has that ability, to be honest, to get that extra skid. Even Mark would, but again, you can't do it in. I think it's a very difficult thing to do on a regular basis on the Indian tracks compared to what Australia does. And
Maybe the
Siddharth
pink
put
ball
a-
test will be more helpful for them in that sense, but I don't see it so much in the normal red ball test matches.
And Siddharth mentioned a very beautiful thing, like for England as well. Dominic Bess and Jack Leach both really work well in tandem. But पता है what I saw from how Dominic Bess plays, बहुत moody type का
Yeah.
bowler है. He might give it a lot of flight, or maybe he'll be just straight on. And Jack Leach, you know. Jack Leach is mostly remembered for that Headingley single, but Leach can be deadly against the Indians, and
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
on the turning tracks of India. So I really hope to see a brilliant series altogether. And Joe
Oh,
Root
yes.
just scored a double century. मैंने कहा पता नहीं, मतलब इसको भी अभी mood में आना था. That is the kind of guy he is.
And I
You
think,
know,
the way he played those sweep shots against the Sri Lankan
Yes.
spinner, I
Yeah.
think the Indian
Beautiful to watch.
spinners might actually, they might actually have to plan something for him.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Actually,
so do we
executed the shots very well. Yeah.
do we see that leg gully, that leg split for Joe Root as well?
Anything can happen. Anything. See, it's
Anything
about
can
just
happen.
it's about getting those 20 wickets, no matter
Indeed,
how
I-
Yeah.
whether it's a good ball or
Yeah.
whether it's a bad ball. You just
If I
have to
see
get
the
those 20
Yeah.
wickets.
If I see the Indian bowling lineup again bowling on the leg step, I'm going to fly to Chepauk. I'm not even kidding, and give these guys a
चले
match.
जाते वैसे भी अपने ही देश में, वैसे भी अपने ही देश में.
I
Yeah,
think
all
England,
right,
Yeah.
guys. I think we've gone on for way too long. Just 3 more comments left, and then I'll call it an evening. Against England, ऊपर से Chennai, Shivam says, अगर कोई और pitch होता तो 5% chance दे देते, but यहाँ नहीं. This is I don't really get. I don't know why people are going gaga over India invading Shikhar Dhawan, or was it like India
Evading, maybe.
not selecting
Maybe.
Shikhar Dhawan for
Yeah,
test?
yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
Chennai to Ahmedabad to is giving us the breakup of the venues. Good to see positive Gulati after a few days on the panel. We have the England tour. Navjeevan says we have the England tour in July. I think so. I think so. I think so. Worries. Is that what he meant?
Okay.
I guess. Anurag says, I don't want a brilliant series for fuck's sake. Get it done. 4-0 end of story. Agreed. England के लिए टीम प्रेडिक्शन हुई क्या? यार टीम प्रेडिक्शन नहीं, टीम ही अनाउंस हो गई है.
उत्कर्ष मेरे को DM कर लियो. उत्कर्ष, you can DM me. I can just brief everything.
He'll let you know.
Totally agree with Anurag.
Thank you so much. I know Siddharth has to push, and so do Atul, Rohan, and Pratmesh as well. So to all four of you, thank you so much for joining us here on live on the Sports Doyen. To all of our viewers, thank you. We're so grateful for your comments, so grateful for your interaction. Please do keep following the Sports Doyen. Yeah. Bole, bhai.
Just one thing, in the words of Kushagra only, I'm really excited to see the Indian patas now. Enough of the extra bounce.
Enough of that. And in the words of Amit Dubey, yes, in the words of Amit Dubey, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell button. And we've got Pant, Rishabh Pant. I'm not going to complete the song again.
India win 3-0. Not sure how Ahmedabad pitch behaves, but we'll win the pink ball test there. And the last comment of Jian says, good to see. Let's not underestimate England and make the same mistake as the Aussies. Yes, and that's about it. That wraps it up for us here. Thank you so much to all four of you, Siddharth, Atul, Rohan, and Pratmesh, and to all of you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Do keep it locked to the Sports Doyen for